Welcome back to Sticks and Flicks. Let's just jump right into it.
We're going to start with baseball and talk about the late Jose Fernandez and how fucking horrible that is. He was born in Cuba, came to Florida to play baseball. He crashed his boat, and he and a friend died. 24 years old.
Two friends.
He was 24,
Two friends
yeah.
died. He threw a team record of 253 strikeouts this season, second in the Major League Baseball behind Max Scherzer.
Was he German?
It's horrible, man.
Who the fuck cares? He's on the
I
national.
don't know. It's just a weird last name. That's
I
what I'm
heard
saying.
that were they drinking? They were drinking.
I don't know
No,
if
they
drinking. It
didn't
was
find
late
any
in the morning,
alcohol.
though.
It was they couldn't see
Early in the
the
morning?
jetty.
Late in the morning.
No,
late at night
yeah, it was late at night.
early morning. It was like 3:15, I think.
Yeah, they couldn't see the jetty because of high tide. Although there were reports that his family and friend that were there told him not to go out on the boat.
Right.
But yeah, no, it definitely sucks.
Sad.
He's a
sad
two-time
day.
All-Star. He's a young kid. He was big.
24.
He was big in the community too. He was just an all-around good person.
Miami loved him. I mean,
Everybody loved him. He was the top of everybody's list, at least as pitchers go for the 2018 free agency. And yeah, that's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, I mean,
And then,
especially in the baseball community, they were versing the Mets when this happened. Cespedes on the Mets, put up his jersey in the dugout.
Well, they actually
Which
I
is
think
kind of a nice touch.
they had their last game against the Braves, I think, that they canceled because it was it happened early Thursday morning, whatever, and they canceled it. So
what about the Yonet? What's his name?
Yoenis Cespedes.
Yeah.
Hanging up his jersey in the
Yeah,
dugout.
Yeah.
Literally just said that. Yeah,
Did you?
yeah. You don't listen, do you?
I was reading.
Yeah. You're reading. You need to do less reading, more listening. Okay.
Wow, asshole.
Hot 97, tell him why you're mad.
Yeah, seriously.
We're talking about
Whoa,
this,
Cliff and Liv.
this great picture, and you're just reading. Okay.
Yeah,
It's true. It's very rude. You're an asshole.
Okay.
But let's turn it up into happier times a bit.
Okay.
The Mets currently.
Well, happy for depending on who you ask.
Yeah, I'm a Met fan, not you.
All right,
obviously, you must be miserable. But the Mets are in a good place right now. Listen, let me just have it, okay?
Okay, take it.
Listen, as a pretend Met fan, okay, I want to have this moment.
You could have this.
I had the moment last year. It wasn't good enough because they lost. I want the moment again this year. You've had your time, okay? It's time for the Mets.
We had 27 times.
Yes, you had 27 times, okay?
Good old Yankees.
It's all right, man. It's okay. Just breathe.
When was the last time the Mets?
Won a World Series? 86, right?
Wow.
It was, they've only won twice. It was 69 and 86.
How do you feel?
Like I said, I'm a pretend Met fan, so I'm okay with it.
I mean, hey, you got something to look forward to. They pretty much don't have to do anything but not shit the bed. Because
Yeah, they have a couple games left. There was 3 more games left against the Phillies.
which it should be a cakewalk.
It should be,
It's the fucking Phillies, for Christ's sake. Everything
but now they just have to
sucks.
hope that San Francisco and St. Louis just kind of fight each other for that last spot, and that's who they'll be versing. One of those two teams come Wednesday. So that's pretty good, a wild card game, and I honestly don't know if they'll be able to win that game.
Nah, you know what?
It's one game. Can they handle the pressure? Can
I'll tell you
big
what.
money people handle the pressure?
If they hold Syndergaard, if they don't pitch Syndergaard the rest of the season,
Yeah, I think
he's the one
Mahomes'
guy.
playing.
He's the one guy you have to go to in that do or die game, and you don't want to go to San Francisco and have to bat against Madison Bumgarner. That's 100% for sure. You want the Cardinals. If you're the Mets, you want to verse the Cardinals, and there's no question about it. If you verse the Cardinals, it doesn't matter if you're home or away. I think the Mets will walk away with that game pretty easily. Their bats are doing good, and Noah Syndergaard is just a great young pitcher.
Yeah.
And Adam Wainwright, I don't even think he would be the pitcher to pitch for them, but you have to figure he has a winning pedigree in the postseason, so I'd much rather see him 10 times out of 10 than Madison Bumgarner on the mound, because that dude is just a freight train.
I mean, it's a winner-go-home situation. Unfortunately, the Yankees
Are going home.
Yeah.
Well, they're home. They're already home. No,
yeah, it looks
all
like
right.
they're already home.
The only way they can win mathematically still is if the Orioles lose every single one of their remaining games, Detroit lose every single one of their remaining games, and they have to win every single one of their remaining games. Their last 3 games, though, are against the Orioles. So, theoretically, if they win tonight and then sweep the Orioles, there's a chance. It's not going to happen.
There's a
it's
chance.
over.
But honestly,
It's over.
what do Yankee fans expect from this team? Like the last couple of months, what did they expect from this team? Did they honestly expect to make
they overperformed. I thought we were just going to kind of coast less than 500 the second half of the season after the All-Star break. And I didn't think it was gonna. I thought it was gonna be exciting to watch some of these young players. Nobody, I don't care who you are, nobody foreseen these kids coming up and trading away all those players, and the Yankees playing meaningful baseball into the end of the regular season. That's just fucking insane. I don't know how they did it. Kudos to them. Take the summer off because you would. If you made it to the playoffs, you wouldn't win. There's just too many better teams as of right now. Mm-hmm. Enjoy what you've done and what you did with what you gave up. That's all. That's all there's really left.
Rebuild, make a little bit of an adjustment, and hopefully next year, you come back older.
It's their bullpen.
More experience.
They need to fix their bullpen. If they if they go to re-sign Aroldis Chapman, which he said he'd be interested in coming back, they got the money. If Teixeira's retiring, A-Rod's fucking gone. Sabathia only has 1 year left on his deal, so a lot of money is going to be coming off the books, and Aroldis Chapman's only 28 years old. You bring him in to be your actual closer. You switch the Betances back to the 8th inning, and then your bullpen landscape completely changes.
Now, the Yankees are known for throwing money at these, star players.
All-stars.
Bring them in.
Yeah, biggest problem.
Do you think they're going to be throwing a lot of money at people this offseason?
No, I don't think so. No, they're gonna wait until. The only thing that they might do is make a trade. If they can make a trade, let's say you make a trade for a guy like Mike Trout. You give up, I don't know who you'd give up. You want a Jorge Mateo? Take him. You want an Aaron Judge? He might hit you 40 home runs a season, but he's also going to strike out 200 times. It'd be nice to have his bat, but you're going to be batting for low average anyway. Take them. Mike Trout is a fucking all-world player. That's a guy that you need to get. But I don't think they're going to be throwing money around. Unless it's to a Aroldis Chapman. I think he's the only guy that they'll really go out of their way to spend a little bit of money on. They're going to wait for the following year. Because in 2018, the free agency class is just insane. You got guys like Bryce Harper, fucking... who else? Clayton Kershaw. I'm sure a lot of these great guys are going to be locked up into tens of hundreds of $1 million extensions.
Definitely.
But there's going to be a bunch of players to go around, and the Yankees have deep fucking pockets.
Yeah, this is the fucking Big Apple, right?
Yeah.
This is the Big Apple.
But they want to
spend money.
But here's the thing: they want to stay young. They want young, controllable players now, which is what they have. So you don't. The only way you trade players is if you're getting young, established player. You only trade for a guy like Mike Trout. You don't trade for anybody else. You don't trade for a middle of the pack or even an above average guy, because what you have right now is working. You've overperformed this year. Just leave it at that. Move into the following season and let them continue to develop and continue to get their feet wet. That's all you got to do. Don't go out of your way, because you spent all this time removing these older, all-star, end of their career players to get young and to build your own farm system. Let it ride. Just let it ride.
Let it ride. You mentioned performance and overperforming. Let's talk about teams that underperformed recently. My Jets.